But while I was in Sydney for the Invictus Games, I also had a chance to take in some sights and sounds that can only be found in Australia. Have a look. It doesn't get much more Sydney than this. We've got the Opera House behind us. We're in the Harbour. It took us 22 hours to get here. We crossed the international date line, which meant that for the entire day of Monday, we didn't exist. We left on a Sunday, got here on a Tuesday. Now, when we go home, we leave Tuesday morning and get home Tuesday afternoon, which is something that can only happen when you travel to Australia or New Zealand or Tonga or Fiji. Anyway, you get the point. I'm here on the walkway of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, opened in 1932. This is the tallest steel arch bridge in the entire world, nicknamed the Coat Hanger. Now you can walk, cycle, drive, and even take the train across, and you can climb to the top for some of the most iconic views in the entire city. But if it looks familiar to you, it's probably because you see it on TV each and every New Year's Eve. This bridge is central to the city's fireworks celebration. I am here at one of Australia's most iconic beaches, Bondi Beach, and behind me, the world-famous Bondi Icebergs Swimming Club. It's been open to the public since 1929, but if you want to be a member here, you got to really love swimming. What do I mean? Well, they put it in the Constitution way back when that in order to be a member, you need to swim 3 out of every 4 Sundays for 5 straight years. If not, you are out, and that rule has been in place ever since. Now, at this place, you're going to find a spa, you're going to find a gym, a restaurant, a lot of things that you'll find at a lot of swim clubs. But what really makes this place unique is the pool behind me. This is a rock-carved pool that backs onto the South Pacific, and while you don't see it today, it's not uncommon for these waves to come crashing into the pool, which means that once every Thursday, they got to close the pool down to get rid of the seaweed. All right, I want you to take a look at this because this is totally unexpected. We are in an alleyway in the business district of Sydney. It's called Angel Place. Now, take a look above us here. What you're looking at are dozens of empty bird cages. It's an art installation called Forgotten Songs, and it represents 50 indigenous bird species from Sydney that were gradually pushed out of the city due to development. And you can't hear it right now, but the songs of these species are constantly being played over speakers, and it changes from day to night. Another thing you can only find in Australia, sculpture by the sea. For a 3-week period, in order to signal the beginning of summer, this stretch of beach here in Australia becomes the world's largest sculpture park. Over 100 artists. This year, 2 Canadians are featured. 450,000 people show up for a free exhibit. This is Luna Park, Sydney's most iconic amusement park. It is a heritage site, and it's one of only 2 amusement parks in the entire world protected by legislation. Now, when you talk Luna Park, you got to talk about this 9-foot wide face in the front. It's changed over the years because of its proximity to the salt water, the salt air. It gets damaged, and every time they change it, they change the expression on that face just a little bit. This one has been up since 1994, and I got to say, it's still looking pretty good. Cockatoo Island, a short ferry ride from Sydney proper. This island has been many things over the years. It's been a prison, an industrial school for girls. It's been one of the largest shipyards in the country. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and over 20,000 people a year come here to enjoy a night of camping. It's also home to many, many birds, none of which apparently are cockatoos. In the suburbs outside of Sydney is a small town that honors a link between Australia and Canada. Welcome to Canada Bay. I'm standing in front of a plaque that was unveiled by Pierre Elliott Trudeau in 1970, and it's to remember and honor a group of Canadian rebels who were exiled here in the 1800s. Now, some people say in this small town of about 88,000 people that the borders of the city look like a map of Canada.